Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Boom Bar. My name is um, I have a name. I'll remember.
Good
soon.
afternoon,
I
everybody.
remember very soon.
For people that
My name is.
get it. Hi, how you doing? I bid you a warm welcome.
My name
And for
is,
people that do not know, okay, we get you. Don't know your name. Can we move on to
I
something
have
else?
a name. It's this bar that is doing some things to me. I have a name.
Check your ways.
My ways are pure.
Check your ways. Your ways most likely are not pure.
Do you know what you sound like? You sound like those malams, eh? Sorry, I don't mean malams in the derogatory. You sound like those guys who used to carry a scale about check your weight, check your weight.
Anyway,
That's
I
exactly
bid you
how
a warm
sounded.
welcome to the Bombar. It's just check your ways. I'm
I
just
should check my weight, so
yeah.
I'm overweight. You're body shaming me on live TV and radio.
People that heard me know what I said.
What did you say?
But if you is to check your weight too, let's all check our weight. Anyway,
Which is no way.
like I said again, I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. It is a very interesting Tuesday. It's a very interesting one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar on Yabum Radio NG. And my name, for people that do not know, and for people that have
don't even
forgotten
remember
their
your
names,
names. She can't even
my
remember her
name
own
is
name.
Oladolupo. You know, the one and only. Let's just take a vote here. Do you know any Oladolu? Exactly my point. Do you know another one? Exactly. No, you don't.
Isa,
You're just jealous.
Isa.
No, you don't.
See,
No,
two
you
things.
do not.
Two things. Your mom made a mistake when she was trying to write Dolapo. She now wrote Dolupo. And you're now making it look as if it's a special thing.
Okay.
Two other people's moms also made the same mistake. Go and check Facebook, it's there.
Okay.
I'm not the only Dolupo in the world. Don't be doing shoulder like Shokozuki. What's your own?
Are you done?
Do you even know Shokozuki?
Are you done?
Do you know Shokozuki?
Are you done?
Do you know Shokozuki?
Are you done?
It's not your generation.
Jealousy. The jealousy that is
Jealousy of a name,
seeping
ordinary
out
name.
of your body.
I'm leaving this bar.
Please go.
I want to go. I should not go.
What's the difference?
DJ Bami loves me.
Yeah, right. So it's a very wonderful Tuesday, as I said. It's going to be a very interesting one, very educative one. The bar is very full today, as at least we did not forget his name. SR is in the studio.
Oh, that's my name.
Oh, that's
I
your
said
name.
it. SR in the building.
Wow.
Yo.
And DJ Bami, you know, the
Quintessential.
person with the longest party on radio.
On radio.
That's for people that do not know the name or the face to the name. That's DJ Bami. Hi. Okay. Why you not doing like what's it called?
He's a celeb now.
You people in this bar are very interesting.
He's a
Very, very interesting. Anyway, and before we go into what's it called, we have very, very distinguished guests in our midst. For people that watched last week, we had one particular person in our midst. Now we have two. We had promised that we're going to have a full show that is dedicated to Rotary, basically. And for today, I think we have the district president, club president, the club president in our midst.
You want to give him it's not an elevation, it's busy. It's busy. Somebody is the club president, he has a district. The district president will say, no problem.
You can have it.
Come, oh yeah. Take over. But we know that it will happen very soon. We see that in the nearest future.
We see.
Because, for those of you that don't know, I'll let them introduce themselves first before
They're doing amazing work, yeah? So, you have the floor, sirs.
Go ahead. Yeah, I think I have to go to my president first to speak before I do anything.
Yeah. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, viewers and listeners. My name is Rotary Wabu Churchill, PHF. I am the charter president and, of course, the Chainmaker president, Rotary Club of Isheri on the district 9110, Rotary International Nigeria.
All right.
It's nice being here.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for having me back again. I was there last week and it was at the Boom Bar. And we all have the boom that went on air. My name once again is Rotarian Michael Adeleye. I'm the TRF, the Rotary Chair Foundation, Isheri North, District 9110. Thanks for having me again. Thank you.
Okay, so today, as you know, we're going to be talking a lot about Rotary at the Isheri North District. We're going to be talking about different things that people do. We're going to be talking about what the Rotary is all about, all those things that we're really going to really go in depth with all these things. But before we go, it's the bar, so we feel it's a way that we just bring a few things because we're going to spend a lot of time on this. So we're just going to dive into a few stories, very interesting stories that just calls out to us. The first one that I saw today, I don't know if anybody else had noticed, the NLC is in the news. The NLC seems to be in the news a lot, which in my dictionary I don't know why.
Please, which political party is NLC?
You did not let me finish. So
I'm asking
first things first, the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, I don't know why they talk about a lot of things which sometimes are off point, but I'm sure everybody realizes that there's a fuel scarcity in Lagos, and I'm wondering why there are a lot of things that they don't talk about. But here we are, they're talking today about advising the federal government of advising the government against taking labor, as it is, off the executive list. For people that do not know what the executive list is, the executive list is a list of things, or a list of I don't want to call it things because they're actually bigger than just things. They're actually items, more like items that really affect this country. But what makes it executive is that it is determined by the federal government. The states have to defer to whatever it is. So what the federal government wants to do basically is that remove it from the executive list and put it in the concurrent list, which officially means that, for example, each state determines their own minimum wage. And I think that's the main reason why they're really fighting against it, because there are some states that will
is it the federal government that is doing that, or the assembly?
I
thought it was the assembly that's proposing that they take labor off the.
No, I think it should be the federal government
that is making a recommendation to
an executive bill to the National Assembly.
Is that what they've done?
Yes, it's the proposal that it's like a conversation that is going on. The federal government wants to take it off.
Yeah, but in my view, before you do something like that, I think the first thing would be to start on the restructuring process, because by the time you said, each state determine your own minimum wage. And don't forget that all these civil servants, all the people that make up NLC and the workforce, all of them reside in different states but placed in the same market. So the prices of goods and services is a major determinant factor in trying to move this item from the executive list to the concurrent list. So first of all would be that there should be really that true federalism. Every state should be able to have control of their own resources. Every state should be able to have control of their own administration. And then before you can now say, okay, go and determine, because it's based on what you generate internally that you will be able to maintain
your workforce. I get it. So basically you're saying that they shouldn't do that yet.
I don't think the time is right.
Okay, so anyway, you were going to say something.
Based on what he said, I think that has been a problem from ab initio, because so many states back then, when we had the increment in minimum wage.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
So
a lot of states say they can't pay.
I can't pay.
And I think that's what Labour is fighting about.
Proposing that, why don't federal government put it in this way that Instead of every state waiting for them to come and feed from the big pots in the center, why don't you leave us with our resources and we give to the big pots?
Yeah, you see, that is actually a procedural error we made, whether during the drafting of the constitution.
Because it's always a problem.
Because see,
even the states that does not even have much resources still get some bigger chunk from
No,
the
I don't agree with the fact that each state does not have a lot of resources. I think that a lot of states don't make use of their resources.
Exactly.
I don't think states. Nigeria is a very blessed country.
Exactly.
I don't think
Yeah,
a
sure,
lot.
agreed.
No.
I think a lot of governors in my dictionary are sleeping. And because they know, that my personal opinion, I think that because they know that at the end of every month, there's an allocation coming.
A large chunk somewhere.
There's an allocation coming. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Not only the governors, I also believe that the local governments and the communities are actually sleeping. Because look,
so that's the more reason they're trying to fight
there
for
is-
the local government now to be active.
No, the local government have been active. But the thing is that out of desperation by some people in power, especially the state governors, they don't actually want the local government to function because there's this pool of funds that passes through the states to the local government, which they ordinarily want to control. But when there is proper devolution of power and there's some level of decentralization of power, you will begin to discover that you as a governor will tax yourself more, be more creative, be more innovative on how you are going to work to meet up with your own responsibility. Likewise, the local government, likewise, the community leaders. As far as I am concerned, there should be proper devolution of power. There should be, even at the family level.
yeah.
So you will see that with that in place, the problem of insecurity, banditry, kidnapping will be properly checked. Because it's either you're working or you're not working. And when you're not working,
then there's
your subjects put you to task. Because right now, nobody is accountable, nobody is being asked questions, nobody is being put to task. So that is what is happening.
My question here is, why national allocation? That's my question. I've said it time and time over again, but national TV is another. And I've said, if I am the president, I'm bounded by the constitution, but I have a right as well, as a Nigerian. I see no reason why there should be a central port where everybody goes to. That money is our money. It's not a particular.
It's our commonwealth.
It's a commonwealth. So if I'm the president, what I would do is, the money comes into that port. You have the right, like I have the right as a governor of a state, to say, I have a project ABC, that I want to implement in my state. Can I access XYZ amount from that fund?
For this specific project.
And before, as the
And to
president,
be supervised by the central
before
Yeah.
I release that money, and then
Due diligence.
usually like a business plan, I will have a team, obviously, that will supervise like oversight function, that perform that function to make sure that that project
it's done
is
this way.
done. Then, before releasing the money, I will send all the information to the state. Your governor has actually asked me for this XYZ of money, and I'm going to give it to him to do XYZ 1, 2, 3 project. If he doesn't, you hold him responsible. Now, that's number one. Number two, if you come to me the following month, or maybe in a quarter,
6 months.
it shouldn't be monthly. Maybe by.
So what happens to the recurrent expenditure? Salaries, for example.
No, hold on, hang on. If that is in place, as you know, if I'm going to access funds from the central pot, right, and then the project I'm going to use, expend that funds on. Now, that's why I'm going to go back to what he said earlier, that there should be, what is it called? Allow every state to actually access decentralization, to access what you have in your state, right? Now, the reason why also I agree with you is many governors are sleeping because they know at the end of the month they're going to go somewhere to go and get that fund. So that fund is everybody's money. It shouldn't be automatic. that everybody has to go into and get that money. We will release that money to you as a state. If you
Maybe
have
a performance-based system.
performance-based. Now, if you fail to utilize that funds for the project you actually specifically have that money for, then you might not have access to it the next time. That's number one. Number two, if every state is being allowed to actually look inwards and to obviously...
I don't think it's about being allowed. It's about not even trying to.
No, let me even come in here. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not interjecting. You see, all that you have explained are right. The structures are right there. Now, what has happened to us is just collapse of institutions. For instance, when you talk of oversight functions, that's the constitutional responsibility
of the House of
Assembly.
Assembly.
And
Yeah.
the national assemblies. There are different
They're
committees that are
mhm.
supervising projects, you know. So what are they doing? So what the main thing is that first we have to get our politics right. And in getting our politics right, we as a people must be ready to say we actually need a paradigm shift from where we are now to where we are going. Now, even if you create true federalism and you don't have people with selfless mind in the saddle of power, you will still going to meet this system. So the first thing is that it starts from our politics, both inter and the intra-party politics, move down to the public office. Now, who are those that made up these institutions? How are they elected? How do they come into power?
That's the $1 million question.
So those are the things.
And that's where we fail as the citizens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, believe it or not, you're responsible for everybody there.
Exactly.
So the one that's performing and the one that is not.
Oh yeah,
it's
take
not
for
their
example
fault,
the
it's
last
your fault, it's my
elections
fault.
the governorship elections that we had, Anambra State, INEC came out to say that less than 10% of registered voters
Actually
voted, meaning that less than 10% brought in Governor Soludo.
But there are reasons for that as well, right? Most Nigerians, maybe it's changing now, the rhetoric is changing now, but most Nigerians believe if they vote or not, whoever's going to get there is going to get there.
We need to change. Remember the paradigm shift that he's talking about?
Yes.
It's all encompassing.
We have to look into that. It's changing a little bit now. Now, the issue now is this. If I want to have to go out there to vote for someone, if I believe my vote is going to count, then I will come on. Most elites in this country do not go out to vote.
Okay. Can I speak to that quickly?
Yeah.
We had a sitting president lose an election. That means our votes count.
Exactly.
A sitting president in Africa is a rarity. In Nigeria, it had never happened. So a sitting president actually lost to the opposition.
Yeah.
And we have also had it in other states.
Like that.
You understand?
You know,
Yeah.
if you look at Anambra, everybody keeps talking. Look at the structure of Anambra. Anambra would elect a governor from a particular party, but they will elect their senators
the House
from
of
other parties.
parties.
Do you see
And
that
it's
trend?
the same trend.
Do you see that trend?
You would think that one person would.
So, our votes count.
You see.
We need to disabuse our minds.
you see.
A lot of people use that to confuse people.
Especially the politicians.
Yes, it's working for them.
That's where I'm going to.
Let me tell you, our vote counts. You know what happened with this current dispensation was that before the advent of this current dispensation that started in 1999, there were a whole lot of doubts if the military actually wanted to go.
Yes.
So when it was time to embark on this current democratic dispensation, so many people, so many technocrats, so many academians, professionals,
Just took the back seat. Yeah, there's no point.
Whatever they wanted to let them
So
do.
now, what actually did that system threw up people who had no business to be in government.
Mediocre people.
Now, when those guys got in there and discovered that there are so much money, don't forget there was a former Senate president in that dispensation, that 1999, that said he wasn't in Abuja to spray poverty.
Yeah.
So which means he is there to
amass
Yeah.
But now the trend is gradually changing.
Yeah.
Because
that's
people are beginning to understand that, look, we are being deceived by these guys. they give you the crumbs, and they get in there, they take the last chance. So now that another election period is around the corner,
Go and vote.
we need a lot of sensitization.
Yes.
I don't know how many of us in this bar has their PVCs.
I do.
Okay, fine. I think I'm in the right constituency. Yeah. I don't know how many of us here are members of political parties. It must not be the one in power.
That is another thing. Officially a member.
Yes, I am actually.
Okay, fine. I don't know how many times you have participated in your party meetings.
I've not
You have
actually.
got-
That's the bad part. That's the sad part.
So all of these things are
all
important.
Yeah. All these things are
All of these things are important. You must not belong to that party in power. You must, as an opposition party, be able to critically look into the agenda of the
I need
government.
to support her.
Okay.
Now, she's not been active.
Yeah.
She's not been active because she may feel my opinion don't count.
No, that's not. That's actually
It's
not.
distance. Like,
I think it's just distance, really.
she's registered not in this ward.
No, I don't think you registered in another ward.
So many
That
people
that same party must be existing in this ward, in this particular ward we are. I don't know how many efforts you've made to locate.
I've not. That's the
So
thing.
now what I'm trying to tell you.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses. I like what you've
Oh
done.
yes. Oh yeah.
What
I
you
agree.
said- what
I
you
agree
said-
with
what-
you.
What you said makes sense. We need to have physical, close participation.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
If
And-
we want to change.
No,
I agree
we've
with you.
realized, especially like in Nigeria, our political structure in Nigeria is all in the word. The president
That's
has
where the power comes from.
Exactly.
It's the word.
is the word.
You know, two things that I want to bring up. I use that example of how a sitting president lost. In Lagos, that is perceived to be APC. There's a guy called Dauda Kakoare
Yeah.
in that Mushin area who lost his seat in the party and said he felt unjustly removed. He went to another party
and he won.
And he won that election.
in this Lagos.
Yes.
He won a federal seat. It's not even local government. He won a federal seat. And everybody in Lagos looked at the guy with awe, and the guy said, no, I know myself. I know what I can do.
Yes.
These are the things that we need to tell people about. That if Dauda can do it,
Yes.
and people like Buhari could kick out Jonathan, anybody can defeat anybody.
Exactly.
But we need to help people realize this thing, that forget that misnomer and the misinformation and disinformation that the old politicians have passed down. We're not taking that anymore. But am I going to come and carry you from your bed? You need to get up on your own. Stop complaining about people who are governing you, because you're the one that put them there. You're not voting, it's putting them there.
Exactly.
So let's get you.
I think I agree with you because we should stop blaming anyone.
Yeah,
No,
we should
it's
blame
our fault.
ourselves. We should blame ourselves.
I woke up from my
You know, it's a very sad thing. I will still keep going back to the Anambra elections that happened.
Okay.
Imagine if 90% of registered voters
Came out.
did not vote for Governor Soludo. He won't be governor.
Exactly.
Because only 10% voted.
Only 10%
in the entire
in
election.
the entire
Not all
elections.
10% voted for him. Oh.
Now,
Do you get? He got the most of 10%.
Yeah, in that Anambra election, there was a particular incident that happened. Not a sit at home. A woman, a local woman in one of the rural
was given a bribe and she
was-
refused.
was given 5,000 naira to go and vote for a particular political
Party.
party. And she said
Declined.
no, she declined. You know, I just wish that we begin to develop
Yeah, it's a very sad thing, but
So that means we
those
need to do
attributes.
more on
the
the
sad
grassroots
part,
level.
the sad part, it is these people that we call rural or local. They're the ones that vote.
Yeah,
They are the ones that vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
sure.
no,
That's why I said.
See,
I think we do need to do more of grassroots
yes,
sensitization.
we need to do more
Because if you
sensitization.
look at imagine the trend what happened in Ikoyi, Bodilon area when Banky came out to contest.
That's Banky W.
Yeah, he had to go down to the grassroots level to even speak to the fishermen, the market,
They are the ones that
the
vote.
pepper sellers. He became friends with so many of them, and he was sensitizing them that government is not the way it's being preached to you. So don't let them dissuade you. Like once they give you penny, is a done deal. So you need to ask questions. You need to think of
Yeah,
the
people.
future.
A lot. I get.
But can I tell you, if Banky had eventually won that election, I can bet you, for the next 4 years, he won't step his leg in those slums that he went to canvass.
It's a typical Nigerian way of.
It's a typical Nigerian, and look.
Okay,
and,
yeah, to some extent, I will
and
kind of
you see.
bend to your side.
Yeah, but see.
But then it's fine that he's not in power.
No,
he still does
there's still more to
grassroots drive.
No, apart from.
But you know, with what the example you gave, that's how you will really know that these things are local. You will think that with the kind of clout that Banky W has, that he would have won that election. He wasn't first. He was not even second. He was not even third.
You know.
That's why it means that the person that won that seat did something he's not.
No, you see, there's this political culture that dwells among the professional politicians that even if you may be good, they will say you have to go and join the queue.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is where we as citizens need to do a lot of work, and that is where the media need to actually the media need to dedicate much time to define what a government is to the
I know
people.
most.
Because it's only in this climb that somebody will tell you that after all we are the government in power. You cannot challenge the status. It is only in this country.
Most
You
media
know-
people
you know-
now
yes.
they are all politicians. I'm sorry to say, but
yesterday,
it is what it is.
Yesterday, a journalist.
It is what it is.
A
Journalists.
journalist who works for the current president of Nigeria, President Buhari, as one of his advisors, media advisors,
Can I mention his name?
Ajuri Ngelale,
Ngelale,
was on TVC and he was talking. Suddenly, I saw clips of his interview on Twitter, and people were retweeting and they were wowed, and I was embarrassed on their behalf. That he has to take an Ajuri Ngelale to explain to you that the road in front of your house is not Buhari's business.
Exactly.
That the road connected to that is still not Buhari's
business.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is the federal road.
No. We actually found out there was a lot of, when it comes to roads, that federal government has only about 15% of roads
To do, yes.
in the whole of the country.
But
everything is Buhari's problem.
You have an headache.
It's lack of
Buhari.
information.
The things that your local government chairman should be doing. It's Buhari.
Concerning the roads issue, local government chairman are supposed to take care of the street roads.
Exactly.
Government is supposed to take care of the
State roads.
The state roads, the trunk B
state
roads.
roads in terms of like Yaba Road down to Alagomeji, down to Jibo is a state road.
That's a federal road.
That's a
Concession.
No,
concession.
Terminal is a federal road.
see,
but it's
Ikorodu road is
it's
Ikorodu road is
connecting
federal.
to a federal road.
Ikorodu road is
So
federal.
that is why most times we have
Yeah.
problem of when there's an interjection between a state road interjecting into a federal road, it now becomes a power tussle.
No, I think
Power
they
tussle.
know. There's no
There's
power
no
tussle.
power
I think they do.
But
They
now
just
it
don't
depends.
want to do it.
It depends.
It's just politics. There's no
It's
power
not
tussle.
politics.
It depends who's actually the state government.
Politics.
I remember when
Fashola was
Fashola
there.
was there.
Terminal Bridge had issues.
Look, every
and had to
federal
step in.
road
That's why the fight was a
interjected
federal road.
Yeah,
into his
into
road.
a state road.
He did them.
They fixed them now.
And he went to claim his money back.
Do you know how much Wike got last
Wike
year?
got last
Yeah.
year, got about 70 something
it
billion
depends.
naira for fixing
It
federal
depends.
roads.
Yeah,
You will
exactly.
get your money.
So you see, it's politics. I get the point that Bami has made is also a misconception that they have pushed down our throats. When this dispensation started, like you talked about, in '99, Lagos was neglected
Exactly.
because the party at the center
Said
Was
they-
it-
said, you know,
Opposition,
yeah. And Lagos State played a quick one, and they printed billboards. This is a federal road. Do you guys remember? Some parts of Lagos you would find massive potholes, and you'll find a billboard beside it. This is a federal road. Then the state roads that were being fixed, they'll tell you tax money in action.
In action, yeah.
Tax money in action. They'll put a billboard there and say, "This is your money. We're fixing the road. Sorry, Tolubo. We're fixing the road for you." Because there was this conflict between them. It was political. As soon as Yaradua came through, he gave them concession to do BLT on Ikorodu Road. That's why BLT could not start.
Exactly.
Because the Obasanjo's government refused to approve it. We understand these things. To fix the Badagry Express, it's the same thing. But at the end of the day, any government, state or local government that is serious, you have the funds, you will serve the people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But these guys are not about service. That's why we are complaining.
That's what-
It's
You know,
not about
That's
service.
politics, depending policy between the state and the federal.
It's
No, especially if they are within opposition.
Politics.
You see, I think you just drove up a very germane point.
Very strong one.
You see, everybody looks up to the federal government to
Mhm.
do everything.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Now,
Everybody is just lazy.
now, when in your state, there's a state government who knows the areas it can open up and the economy of the state will pick up. I am telling you, a sitting governor in Nigeria today had been on doing a flyover that is not up to 10 kilometers in the past 7 years.
Yeah.
And that project is not complete and will not be complete because next year he's getting out of office.
And another
And,
governor.
and he was questioning his people, what is their business about the
flyover.
The flyover. How many of them are driving cars? I mean, you can see that kind of
a
insult.
brother governor who is supervising a war-torn state
Yeah.
has built
More.
than him in a war-torn state. It's about service, you know.
Service.
And sadly, this discussion is so sweet, but we have to bring it
We
to an end.
definitely.
We have been
We
unfair.
Let me make my conclusion. In here.
Okay.
And I think I'm one of the people that should be blamed for it as well.
Yes, because you installed some of them.
As prominent as I am, enlightened as I am, I think you made a point earlier. I have never participated in my local ward level politics, even though I have my PVC. But I have never participated. So if I never participate in the ward level, I don't have a voice.
Yes.
You don't.
As simple as that. So I think it's a good one we have.
That we had this discussion, yes.
Every individual, if you want to change, start from the ward level
Yes.
and begin to have a voice.
Yeah.
Then from there, you take it up.
That's it. That's it.
And don't allow it to be like a government of where the admirals
What
are
is India
counting
for me?
the election for the professors to announce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
At this point,
You think that? Instead, I'm gonna making
you.
and the professors.
Anyway, moving on. We're not going to.
Maybe we should pick another date and talk politics like this, like really talk the way we do.
Yeah.
You know, we started the political program on Mondays now for 2 Mondays at 12:30. We do 30 minutes of politics, just politics alone. Trying to sensitize people also by bringing out background information and everything. But apart from that, we need to talk more. We need to put this information out more because enlightenment is what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Sadly, we have to bring this down because we have really
We have definitely
we have chalked into the time
time.
of our brothers from the Rotary Club
Officially
International.
enough.
Yeah, Rotary Club International, Rotary Club of Isheri North,
District
District
9110.
9110, the best district amongst all districts.
Yes.
You know.
The District of Excellence.
Yes. So please do forgive us because we announced that we were going to do more of Rotary. But from now to the end of the show, I would like that we focus on, you know, the programs and the plans of the Rotary Club of Isheri North, you know. And maybe we start. I know that Michael gave us a little bit of background on Friday, but I don't guarantee that the people who were listening on Friday are the same people who are listening today. You know, so maybe we start with the history of how Rotary Club of Isheri North came into being. You know, how long you've been in 11 months or so.
Yeah.
You've been in existence for just 11 months and you've achieved this much. But people will be like, what are they achieved? We don't know. So we're the ones giving you this platform now to say, please, school us, sir, educate us.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Broja. Rotary Club of Isheri North is actually a brainchild of Rotary Club of Ojodu, and which I happen to be a past president. When I was resident in Ojodu, I led the club between 2018 and 2019. I was the inspiration president then. Then when I
You
found
do know your
myself-
name, sir?
my name is Rotarian Nwabu Churchill. I think
Thank you.
I've
You
done
mentioned
that
that earlier.
at the beginning of the program. Now, when I moved into Isheri North in 2016, was still going to fellowship with my brothers in Rotary Club of Ojoju. Yeah, then I saw the need for us to have a Rotary Club. Rotary International is a body of professionals and businessmen united in ideal of service. So that particular creed is carried down to the local clubs in the communities. So, and on the 12th of February last year, we convoked the first meeting to actually kickstart the process of getting the club chartered. And luckily for us, I will also say we are one of the fastest chartered club in the district. By 31st of March 2021, we were chartered. And then District Governor, in the person of IPDG, Rotary Bola Oyebade, was around on the 13th of June that same year to present the charter certificate to Ross and formally inaugurate the club. So ever since then, we started, our programs as a community-based club, and as of today, we have delivered over 10 projects that has covered all the 7 areas of focus of Rotary International. So as we speak, we have done projects on maternal and child health. We have done projects on polio. As a matter of fact, we are the only local club in District 9110 extending polio campaign to other states in the Federation that transcend beyond our district. This is now just only Lagos and the Ogun State. But we're able to do a digital out-of-home campaign on the 24th that ran for 1 month. From 24th of October to 24th of November on polio, sensitizing people. Yeah, Nigeria is actually rid of polio, but then polio still exists in other bordering countries around us. So we are conscious of the cross-border infection that may reoccur. So we continued our polio campaign. We have done projects in the area of education and literacy. We've done projects in the area of environment. We've done projects in the area of community engagement, peace and conflict resolution. And of course, for the first time in Isheri community, we're able to bring the whole resident together and share a Christmas carol with them. Just last December. Yeah. So, and of course, this month, we are the first club in the district to organize a business and trade fair within Isheri community. That is the project in focus now, and we intend to deliver it between 17th and 18th of February.
17th and 18th of February 2022. The place to be is the OPIC Event Center.
Yes, sir.
What time of day does this event kick off?
Between 9 in the morning and 5 p.m. in the evening. For the 2 days. And then a whole lot of resource people and government engagement have been done so that apart from coming to network and showcase your business, we are also going to create room for more enlightenment on the ways of doing business, taxation.
I like what you started now, because that was the next question I was going to ask. Like, okay, what do I stand to gain from coming here?
Yeah,
to this event?
A whole lot is stand to begin. One, we are having in mind the primary essence is to draw the attention of investors and governments to Isheri North as a community that is embedded with a lot of economic potentials that are yet to be tapped. In Isheri North, there are a lot of activities going on, both in the aquatic sector, in the real estate, in production, in manufacturing. A whole lot is happening here. Even tourism, we all have all those potentials here. But being a border community, not much attention is being focused. So
I can agree.
That is the first and the primary essence. Then the second one is that somebody from the tax sector is coming to enlighten us on the essence of paying your tax and
Why you should pay your
why
tax.
you should pay your tax, and give us education on tax, on how you can manage your tax. And of course, you can agree with me there are a whole lot of informal activities going on here. So we also need to harmonize this sector and bring them into the tax net, so that the government can, do more for them, and then they can also gain more. Then there are a lot of startup businesses. There are a lot of investors that are actually coming, and we're going to expose some of these potentials to us. And of course, there are going to be sections on how you can start up your business, how you can grow business, how you can manage your business, even when it is growing big, how you can get your business, package your business in a way that they can attract further investment. So these are some of the programs and activities that people are going to benefit coming to that fair.
And also, if you look at the theme, of the program itself, it's bridging the gap between businesses and the community. You'll find that within Isheri North itself, we have a number of communities within Isheri North itself. Now, one thing that people don't understand is the magnitude of businesses that you have within Isheri North. They're massive. That's number one. Number two, we are focusing on youth unemployment as well. Now, a lot of youth doesn't understand or doesn't even realize that there are opportunities within the community itself. So it's an opportunity for us to bring businesses together and tell them there are potential skilled candidates within the community. Number one. Number two, there are potential, businesses that can offer opportunities to our youth and training as well. So that is very massive that we're going to. So the moment we bring them together, network, B2B, B2B, then it's going to be a very successful one. So for you, like you asked the question, what you coming there to gain, besides networking, like my president said, besides networking, besides cross-business interaction, investors coming in, the employment, our youth employment, which is one of the catastrophic issues that we have in this country. It's going to be one of the issues that we're trying to solve as a Rotary Club of Isheri North.
All right, that's very good. You go ahead, Dolu.
I know that you last weekend you had highlighted a few things that the Rotary Club of Isheri North District had done. There's a lot of I know you were talking about some cataract surgery that you had done for a number of people. Talked about education and a few other things. So in this year now, other than this program that you're having in a few days' time, what other thing are you looking at as the Rotary Club of Isheri North District this year?
Yeah, apart from the business fair, after the business fair, by next month, we are going to have what we call a mega induction.
Okay.
Mega induction is we are still at the building process of the club, so
Okay.
we need more members. So we have launched out an intensive membership drive, and our target is to be the first club in the district to launch out a mega club in the first 1 year of existence. That is going to be our anniversary project, because by 31st of March this year we're going to be 1 year, and we have the intention to on a particular section induct about 50 people into the club. And of course, I know Roger and yourself are one of my prospective inductees. But apart from that, there's also a plan by the club to launch out a community-based life-saving ambulance.
Yes.
Oh,
system
wow.
within the community.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
And there's a reason for that, which I think is going to explain.
Yeah, there's a major reason for that, because last year, within the resident associations that are around here, there were a lot of records of unavoidable deaths that would have been saved if there were presence
I
of
agree. I agree with you. I agree
ambulance
with you.
services.
I
So
agree with you.
our focus is that we're going to set up an ambulance point within the community that at the click of a button or at
Just one phone call.
one phone call, the
You
ambulance.
can.
Yes.
I like what you came up with, because I remember a particular incident that happened last year where Boom Radio was before, where I think, I'm not a medical doctor, but I think to a large extent, this person was our neighbor. Then this person probably wouldn't have died.
Exactly. I know
If
of
there
that
was
incident.
from as little as, I think that not just having an ambulance, I think that it is a major thing to sensitize people, teach people things like CPR, basic health, first aid, things. I think that also is going to help a lot of people. Let people know, okay, when somebody is this, you don't move this person. This is what you do. You lift up their head. I think that, like you said, a lot of unavoidable deaths or injuries, as the case may be, would probably not be if people are properly educated. And I also think when it comes to health, the issue of, even if it's just sensitizing people to go to hospitals for proper checkups and all those things, I think that in when there's like a whole drive, it probably would encourage more people to do some of these things, because we know that we only go to hospital when we are ill.
Exactly. Yesterday, I went to see the State House of Assembly representative for Kosefe, constituency, which covers part of this area, and I got him engaged, and it was when in that section that he realized that there was no presence of a primary health care facility within this community.
In a community as large as this.
Yeah, and he assured me that he is going to.
There's a lot of things, a police post, a lot of things that
the issue of the police post have been sorted.
That thing can't work. That place it can't work. Look.
He said,
I don't know. I just want us to focus on Rotary.
Okay.
Off air, we will discuss this.
Okay.
You know, we've been advocating for that. You know, we looked around.
too many things that need to be done.
There's space.
Okay.
There's space by Channels TV. That football pitch can take a mini stadium, a health center, and a police post or police station. It's that big. You know, have like a community center in that place.
Okay, let's
carry on.
Yeah, let me not digress. Now, the last of the projects we intend to do this year, if God will happen, is that we want to also launch the Isheri North Economic and Educational Development Endowment Fund.
Okay.
That it will be our own replication of our own local Rotary Foundation, because there's a global foundation run by Rotary International, which they used to do interventions in so many areas. So, and the district has their own too, which is called District Education Welfare Endowment Fund. So we want to domesticate our own by creating I Need Fund, which is Isheri North Education and Economic Development Fund. We target I Need Fund. So which is a fund that we intend to, at the first instance, be able to raise like ₦1 million to empower the local traders and artisans and farmers for startups. But as time goes on, we intend to grow the fund so as that it can even extend to giving scholarship to indigent children, students and all that. So the club has a lot in stock for the community, and that is why we are craving for members, especially the professionals and the businessmen living within the community. They should come and join Rotary. They should come and be part of impacting and giving back to the society. And of course, Rotary affords you a lot of networking opportunities. We're talking about getting yourself infused into a network of over 1.3 million people across the globe. And we have a whole lot of programs in terms of training, international conventions, international engagement, district engagement, that will also develop your own capacity as a person and as a businessman.
Can I ask you a question? I don't see those billboards anymore. I don't see them anymore. But I've always loved those billboards.
Which billboards?
the four-way test.
Okay.
Yeah.
The-
Club.
The Rotary Club
Yeah.
used to put out billboards
Yeah.
in different parts of
Yeah.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
and boldly written there is the four-way test. And at times, I say to people, and this was like 20, 30 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you know that if you follow this thing, you'll be doing a lot of good for the world.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to say this to curry for favor or anything. One of the things that stands out is what Bami highlighted now. Is it true?
Is it the truth? Yes.
What is the four-way test, and why is the Rotary Club not playing it up anymore?
The forward test is still there. It is, the Rotary Club is still playing it. Now, the forward test is actually our global symbol. That is the creed of Rotary. That is part of the principles you are intended to imbibe when you become a Rotarian. You must take actions that show that it is a truth, it is fair to all concerned, it will build friendship and good neighborliness, and it should be beneficial to all. Now, what happened is that at the inception of our club, we are still engaging anyway. We had actually approached the leadership of the Isheri estate community for us to have the space at
Opposite the filling station.
not even the filling station, at the Opic Junction,
Okay.
to be able to erect that epitaph of the forward test. But we are denied access.
Wow.
Then we now came to the point at opposite the filling station, which they granted us approval, and we commenced work. So at the point we finished clearing,
You were
the
trying
place,
to build what?
we were
there?
trying to build a public garden there,
All right.
which they agreed, and we have done the groundbreaking. We have started work, and our initial presence there was to erase the symbol of the forward test there, to announce a herald the presence of a Rotary Club here. They also came and stopped us and said that that place is going to be an
Police
administrative
post.
work and police post and all. So, but you know, in Rotary we do a lot of engagement. So we know that we will get to the point where we will erect the forward test within the community. But it's going to just be a matter of time. It's going to happen anytime soon.
To buttress what my president has been trying to talk about, personally, I think this issue that just asked now came up within the club when we had some issues. I think within this climb, Rotary Club has been seen or been looked at differently, and there's been a lot of antagonistic issues around it. Because if you have a community, if you have a club or an organization with an NGO that's trying to better a community,
Why fight them?
why fight them? That's the question. Like my president said earlier, we spotted some areas where we think if we actually extend goodwill in there, it would benefit the community as a whole. So we targeted the roundabouts at that. I'm just talking about the Isheri Club. It might have been the same thing happening all over, based on the question that you asked, why we're not seeing those symbols anymore. Now, we asked them, can we have this Rotary signage in there? We'll beautify, we'll spend our money to beautify, make it roundabout, put wherever I want to put in there, and put our forward test in there. But we were denied, like I said. So the question is, why? What we're going to do is not for us, it's for the community. Secondly, we actually saw a space and we thought, okay, this could
also
work as a public garden. People could come in there, sit down. We have a 3D design and everything. If you go there to tomorrow, you will still see the signpost, still the signpost in there. They gave us the permission to do everything. But the moment we began to expend money and effort and everything, they came over. They said, no, we can't. They also have a plan to do something in there. And this is within the same community. So the point is, I can explain why, but the point is, I think there is just barrage of antagonistic that surrounds that kind of issue concerning Rotary Club.
Bami wants to say something.
Okay. To buttress more of what they've said thus far, I think it's just a problem of understanding the ideology between the Rotary and the Interact Club, because to my greatest understanding, Interact Club is dead in the secondary schools, and that was the catchment for the Rotary to catch them young. And it's just a pain that most principals, most proprietors of so many schools don't understand what Rotary is all about. And the moment maybe the past principal or administrator or whatever left, the new one is not cared, does not understand what the whole thing about, and I think that caused a lot of problem. The dying sessions of the Interact Club, where we no longer catch them young for the big Rotary. So I think that also played out on the community also. So I think we Rotarians need to do more in sensitizing the lower class so that they can understand better.
If you live in this, if you live within this community, I think we're doing something now that we think most Rotary clubs are not doing. We engage ourselves in public awareness. We do a rollout. We go out to the public to sensitize the public, to talk to people about Rotary, our principle and ethics of Rotary, why you have to be a Rotarian, and all that. And I think we're just getting there again now. We've abandoned that principle in the past. But now, Rotary Club of Isheri has taken it upon themselves and said, you know what? We need to begin to speak to our communities for them to understand what Rotary is about. So if you, like you correctly said, if people understand what Rotary stands for, I think there will be a different mindset.
Because if I'm not wrong, I think the Rotary president came in December.
No, DG, the
DG came in December. They did in Abuja.
Okay.
Because I was not able to attend, but I saw some brief of what.
Oh, that was the Rotary International.
That's the Rotary International President. That's the Rotary International President. He came. Now, to what you actually pointed out, what we are facing right now is just the teaching problem of in your club. And I can assure you we are going to surpass it. The issue of the Interact clubs, the Interact club is not dead. They are still live and active. I remember when I was the president, Rotary Club of Ojodu in 2018, I chartered an Interact club at Isheri Grammar School. I chartered a community-based Rotary Club in Ojodu, the Ojodu ambassadors. They are still there, active and working. We have plans for the community. Our Interact clubs by next Rotary year will start coming up. We're already talking with some private schools around here to set up Interact clubs within the school. We are also having plans to get the community youths together and see if we'll be able to charter a community-based Rotary club. Because if we're able to get a community-based Rotary club, it's going to help us a lot in terms of youth reorientation, community service engagement, reorientation in terms of exposure to hard drugs and some of these social vices. So I think the first challenge we are facing is that a lot of people living here do not really understand
what Rotary.
Anybody who asks to come and join Rotary Club of Isheri, the first question will be, what is in there for me? But I want to use this opportunity to tell it's always like that
all the listeners and viewers and my other non-Rotarian brothers and sisters that look, what a lot are in for you if you become a Rotarian. The first benefit is the fulfillment. You will have this sense of fulfillment anytime you finish any Rotary project and you turn back and you look at it. There is that element of sense of fulfillment.
Service above self.
Service above self.
All right, sir. Thank you very, very, very much. We're out of time already, but this was definitely interesting. This was very, very, very enlightening, and I hope that when we call you, you would come again. We definitely would hope to see you more. So for people that are just joining up, that don't know, basically there is going to be the very first
Business. and
business trade fair in Isheri North here between 17th to 19th, to 17 and 18th
At the
of
Opik Event
February at Opik Event Center every day between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. You should be there, join us, and then of course, Boom Radio would also be there definitely will be there.
Wonderful.
So thank you very, very much for that. And for everybody that has joined us, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. We'll be back again tomorrow. And for football lovers, it's official. What's his name?
Igwavon.
Austin Iguavon is still Nigerian
Yeah.
Super Eagles. All right, have a beautiful day ahead.